What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, creator of the Outright Bar, and CMO of TigerFitness.com, husband, father, and really bad boxer. So last weekend, I actually did it. In 2013, I earned my pro card in NABA. In 2015, I placed second in a NABA pro show. After that show, I decided to focus on my marriage and on my businesses. To my credit, I'm a much better husband, father, and CEO than I will ever be a bodybuilder because I focused on it. I took time off, and I realized that out of all of those things, family, business, bodybuilding was so far down the list of priorities, it should have even been on the damn list, which is why I got rid of it. Now, when I say I got rid of it, no. I trained every day like I was competing in the fucking Olympia. I went at it. I went hard. I squat every day. I lift heavier weights than ever. I stayed injury-free. I even took up boxing because I was getting tired of the gym, and the act of going and doing something else physical and challenging and all that stuff and competitive, it got my mind right. My diet's always been on point. I created the Outright Bar. Now I have a convenient, healthy snack throughout the day. MTS Whey, I have that. I have 3 or 4 sludges, which is like a pudding made with it with banana. I love bananas. With bananas in it during the day. I'll eat whole food about 3 times a day. I usually have for breakfast 2 to 3 whole eggs and either toast, or today I've had a Planta, which is the vegan protein we make from ambrosia. It's delicious. I'm not a vegan, but I love that protein. And I mix it with spinach and almond milk, and it comes out in this beautiful icy beverage. I had that for breakfast. And then I'll usually have 2 times a day meat. I go with wild-caught salmon or ground beef, preferably grass-fed, not all the time. And that's my meals. I don't eat much chicken because I feel that even though it does have similar micronutrients, I believe that beef and fish are superior with their fatty acid makeup. And I'm pretty much a health hippie. I eat a lot of berries. Again, like my diet will have between 3 and 6 Outright Bars a day, depending on the day. 2 to 4 MTS Whey sludges or meals or shakes. And then some whole food. So I'll snack. I'm a snacker. I can't fit a lot in my stomach, but I get hungry because I can't fit a lot in my stomach and my metabolism is on fire. I am a genetically blessed individual in that I stay lean year round. Even if I did lose it a little bit, like just loosen up, I would probably have trouble, getting above 220. Probably be hard. I would like to get up. Now, I said before in so many videos that I'd like to get down to 210. And after this diet, I got down on my lowest depleted day to 213 and a half. When I'm down that lean, my calories are so low. And when I say low, I mean like 2,500 to 3,500. For me, that's pretty fucking low. I don't have energy to do the epic shit I like to do. I don't have energy to squat every day, box 2 to 3 times a week, spar. I don't have energy to coach my kids. I don't have energy to go on long walks and hikes. I love living life. And honestly, my body, no matter what, and remember, I'm on hormone replacement therapy. I didn't do a steroid cycle for this show. Why? It's a fucking guest post. It was like, oh, you're on Trent? No. I wouldn't take Trent if I was competing. That shit is harsh. Harsh, I tell you, harsh. And I'm one of those who believes that sleep is as important or more important than drugs, believe it or not. So why would I forsake sleep? Because Trent will fucking destroy your sleep. Excuse me. Coming down a little cold. And the beauty of what I just did here to me is I haven't been home in like 4 weeks. I met with ShopRite, met with Hy-Vee, the Navy, Giant Eagle is on the list, 24-Hour Fitness, Vitamin Shop, all these accounts that are picking up the Outright Bar and MTS Nutrition. And I haven't been home. I spent the week before my guest posing in Monday, Tuesday, I was in Wisconsin meeting with Quick Trip, the gas stations. They're going to have the bar. Wednesday, Thursday, I was in Virginia. I was at the Nutrition Corners, Virginia Beach, and then I met with the Navy on Thursday morning. And then Friday, I drove out for my guest posing. I was there Friday, Saturday, and then I finally came home Sunday to see my kids and my wife. Done traveling for a while. But as I reflect on this, I wouldn't call it a prep. This return to the stage. You think, what's next? And I don't want to sound, fuck it, I'm proud. I haven't been on that stage. My abdominal surgeries, for those of you who don't know, you could search it on YouTube. I had a complete diastasis of my abdomen, which means that my diastasis, which is the middle of your abdomen, it's split, literally tore. And hernias were a byproduct of that. I didn't have hernias, but hernias happened because literally the sheath or the lining between my muscle and my organs had breached. So my organs were literally falling out. So I went in, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, and I had 40 titanium screws and mesh put in between my abs and between my organs and my muscle to replace the broken sheath. How did this happen? Bad genetics, bad luck, a lot of muscle? I don't fucking know. So a couple years later, I had another bump. What had happened was I actually tore the muscle over the mesh. So I got that fixed. I was very, very, very nervous at how my abdominals would look, even though they're in year round, when I got extremely lean, and they were there. And I overcame that. And in that time, my lifts have gotten better. My form's gotten better. I obtained Exos mentorship, which means I'm an athletic trainer. I've coached club level soccer. I coached the national championship girls team in USYS, U18s. So I've been able to do a lot of cool things outside of the world of bodybuilding, right? But I kept training, and I took time to train more functionally. And obviously when I got ready for my boxing match a couple years ago, I took time and I lifted sparingly and just focused on my boxing. And again, I box twice a week, and I usually, train lightly on those days with weights, or I just do squats. I squat every day. So what's next? Well, my man John Meadows actually cornered me. Remember now, we were talking. He didn't corner me. And John's like, dude, you should do Masters Nationals. Now, Masters Nationals starts at 35. As you guys know, on November 22nd, which is right around the corner, I turned 39. So that means November of 2020, I would be 40 years old, and Masters Nationals is in July. That would mean I'd be 40 years old in a year and a half. Masters Nationals also starts at 35 plus. Technically, I get on stage next year. Judging by what I saw and the fact I'm 39 years old, I saw on stage when I was guest posing, the fact I'm 39 years old, I'm not going to put on much muscle, if any, because I'm not going to do an insane steroid cycle. I'm going to maintain my HRT. I go to a place called Hormone Health and Wellness. If you want more information about them, DM me on Instagram. I'll send you over the link. I don't want to put the link in the box below because YouTube's weird. And I like to keep things kind of focused down there to my companies. But Hormone Health and Wellness. So my Instagram is at Marc Lobliner. DM me, and I will send you over their link. So my whole thing is, what do? I will tell you this. My NABA Pro card expired. It's good for 2 years. I haven't competed. It's gone. If I asked them, would they reinstate it? I'm sure. But I've done that. I've been a NABA Pro, and I don't really give a fuck about the universe. I would rather have an IFBB card, and that's what I originally wanted. Now, when I competed and I won my NABA card, my goal was nationals. So I went and I did the show in Virginia. I'm actually competing against my man Anthony, who I hung out with all week, a couple days in Virginia. His name's The Rican on The Rican 23 on Instagram. Great dude. And I ended up winning that show, and I was on my way to nationals, and then I decided to do a show in between and really peak for it. And it was the NABA Pro Qualifier, and I won it. And while I wanted to go to nationals, I didn't want to give up a pro card I only had for 2 months. So I said, fuck it, NABA's good enough. So I've always wanted to be an IFBB pro, and I know it doesn't mean anything, and I talk everybody out of it, but if I can look that good, and I say I look good, yeah, I'm fucking proud, dude. I'm fucking proud of that. I am going to be a bit narcissistic about that. I looked fucking good. Maybe for you, I might have looked like shit, but for me, I'm really proud of myself. And I'm not going to throw shade. I'm not going to try and be humble because fuck it, I am humble. I look like shit compared to Mr. Olympia, but I look fucking great for where I'm at. And I do think looking at what's on stage, I was 219 pounds guest posing in about decent condition. I didn't do any crazy peaking. I could have probably put on 2 to 3 more pounds from carbohydrates and carb loading more into the show. I didn't really carb load much because it's a fucking guest posing. So part of me wants to do the show. Now, the question is, would I do it in 2020 or 2021? Now, I'll be real, like 2020, my wife ain't gonna have that. I'm thinking like with business the way it is, it would be unfair to my family, my business, and myself to do a show that soon. Because let's be real here, guest posing, I was nonchalant about it. For fuck's sakes, I sparred in boxing the Friday before I guest posed on Saturday. Like I could have had a fucking bruised rib and gone on stage, right? That's fucking retarded, and that's the shit I do. I'm not very smart. I also sparred today, which is a day after, right? That'd be silly. And also with the growth of the outright bar, you're looking at a bar that went from 0 in October of 2018 to a 10-figure plus bar in 2019 to an 8 to 9-figure bar in 2020. So I'm the only sales rep for my company. I handle everything myself, whether it's a small account event like Nutrition Corners in Virginia Beach, where it's one store and I'm just there meeting customers, or it's Hy-Vee, or it's Giant Eagle, or it's 24 Hour Fitness, or it's Vitamin Shop. I handle all that shit. I also like being a dad. I like training my kids. I like playing with my kids. I like having sex with my wife. I'll tell you what, you get me 4 to 6 weeks out from a show I care about, like it'll still work, but I don't want it to work because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be so exhausted from prep. So it's unfair, not only to my family, to my business, but to my wife's vagina. So I really don't think it would be smart to do it in 2020, which is why I'm thinking we start a quest, an outright quest. Kind of save that snafu of a competitive bar. I like the quest bar. We just made bars better. We made bars great again, although they were never quite this great. So we just made bars great. I gotta stop flying. I got this little cough. So I'm thinking we start a little journey. I'm thinking we look at 2021. Let's evaluate it. July 2021, I'll be 40 years old. Masters Nationals. Do a warm-up show, qualify for it in January or something, and just get on stage. The 35-year-olds might beat me. 40-year-olds, hey, most bodybuilders have died by 40. I think I have a chance. I think I can win it, guys. I really do, or else I wouldn't do it. Like, I don't get into shows or, you know, when I go in, even boxing and stuff, like, I always think I at least think I'm going to win, right? I never go in like, top 3, fuck that. I don't work this hard for top 3. It's just not what I fucking do. So what's next? Now I'm going to milk the shit out of this guest posing because I haven't done anything bodybuilding and honestly my channel's stale as fuck. I get it. You can't watch me squat every day and not get bored as fuck. I'm going to take time off of that too. I'm sure you guys are like, oh, he's fucking squatting again. So we're going to just do those maybe once a week on a heavier day when I do other things. But today, let's be real. I just guest posed and sparred today. Guest posed this weekend, sparred today really hard. I'm not going to fucking lift anything special. Y'all don't want to see that shit. I'll tell you what you do want to see. You want to see a fucking prep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to milk the shit out of this. So today we'll have this video just kind of looking back what my next plans are. We'll do a video about my diet going into the show. A video about what supplements I use to dry out because I wasn't as lean as I like to be. So I did take some over-the-counter diuretics, Aqua Shed by MTS Nutrition. I'll tell you the dosing I use for that. I'll do a video on that. I'll do a video on my plans and what I plan to do to get ready for 2021 if it does happen. And we'll also go to the fact that I am launching a podcast. We'll be recording our first episode on Wednesday. It'll be my wife and myself, and it's going to be a fucking great time. Going to have good guests on there. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff outside of bodybuilding. Politics, raising kids, and all that good stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let's have some fun. Hope you enjoyed the guest posing. If you didn't see it, it's linked down below. That's not a game. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Look who I ran into in LA.
It's good to meet you. I've been watching your videos a long time. Tell me about this protein bar.
So it's the outright bar, man. It's all natural ingredients, made with real food. None of that. You ever want to work out? You want just a little snack, a little bar before training, but you know the other bars might give you a gut bump.
Right.
This is something that doesn't have any prebiotic fiber, no glycerin, no sugar alcohols. It's whole, real food.
That is a tasty bar.
Really?
It's easy to eat. It's not too chewy. Normally eat something like this with a big ass glass of milk. That's good.
So it's like a cookie.
Really good. No, it's not good.
If you want, we also have want to try the almond butter one while we're here?
Love to.
All right, so this
That's a badass bar.
This is made with almond butter, Steve.
That's a winner too.
Really?
He's badass. Good protein bars. Where can people find these?
Well, they can find it at any retail stores. You can find it at tigerfitness.com.
2 badass protein bars. So they get 2 double middle fingers up from Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's the bottom line.